Hey there, welcoming you back to the dystopia. This is my daily update for the Lifetime Meditation Burn. If you're new here, my name is Dosta, and this is my channel where I share my story and all the things that have helped me along my path, along my journey in life. I'm looking for your support to help grow the channel, and to do that, I need you to comment, click the like button, share an episode with a friend, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm looking for your support. I greatly appreciate that. So I believe it's day 17 of the Lifetime Meditation Burn, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what it means to be in the center and how that's different to the periphery, because this is a concept that I mentioned previously, but we haven't really discussed it in depth. So when you are sensing the middle of you, when you are sensing what you are at your core, you are going into your center. Now, there are degrees of depth to this, and we usually begin with the body, yes? You start with aligning your body, making your spine straight, letting your tailbone drop, sensing your spine, sensing your heart, sensing your belly, and you're sort of doing this physical sensing, yeah? But from there, it becomes deeper, where you can sense the center of your being, as in your sense of who you are and your sense of direction and your mind and your thoughts and your memories and all the rest of it. And it's a sensing. It's just a thing that you get the knack of. Now, the periphery is really the things that you burn. The periphery is the things that fade, the things that dissolve, the things that are there, and they sort of go around as these experiences that are fleeting, yes? Now, this is a very different way of living to how we normally live. How we normally live is we are caught up in the experiences. We are convinced by the experiences. We are finding that the experiences is what we are. We identify with the experience in that moment without even knowing that we are identifying with it. So this idea of living from a center and allowing the periphery to flow and be as it is very interesting. And we do this in the burn meditation, because what we're doing in the burn meditation is we're saying, okay, we know certain experiences, memories, thoughts are fleeting. So why not just sit down and allow them to be fleeting? Allow them to dissolve. Watch and see. Put the intention into having them be what they are, having them run their course. And that really is what the burn meditation is. You're sitting down and you're saying, I'm going to burn this experience. I'm going to burn this feeling. And it's going to follow its process. Yeah, it doesn't disappear straight away. When you feel sorrow and you do a conscious step into it, a conscious work with it, it doesn't disappear straight away. Yeah. In fact, you probably need to feel it more intensely than you have been feeling it in order for it to pass. And this is really the thing about the burn meditation that is so powerful, because so many of the things that are on the periphery, the feelings that are dissolving, they linger and they have such an effect on us because they haven't been acknowledged and allowed to live and thrive and then dissolve. We sort of keep them at arm's length. We keep them a little bit away. Then, when you can actually go into them and say, I'm going to look at this and allow this and feel this fully, they say to you, okay, so this is the feeling that I get to express. This is the feeling that I have to live. And you go into it bigger, and it's an explosion. You feel really deeply. And then after that, there's a release. There's a peacefulness. There's a sort of other side of the burn, yeah? So this idea of the centering yourself and going to your periphery and burning with the periphery experiences is very much a central core practice. It's a core principle. And we often feel like it's sort of like if you... I mean, another thing that's important to understand with this is that when you are better at sensing your center, and you sense your center deeper, and you live in your center more, the periphery of things actually becomes more powerful and they become more real and more intense. So in a sense, things are becoming more chaotic, more nebulous, more turbulent, rather than becoming more peaceful. And it's a bit paradoxical because as things become more nebulous, you're being more grounded, you're becoming more real. You're actually having more of an experience because you're more in yourself. And it is paradoxical because things become more real, and yet you're more yourself and you're more able to see what is not real. And when you get a knack of this, when you get a sense of this, you realize how powerful the burn meditation is, because it actually allows you to have a feeling and an experience for real. You see that the periphery that you've been living, the sensing of experiences and the having of memories, has been fake. It has been not really making a strong impression on you because it hasn't been hitting your center. It hasn't been hitting the you that you sense of yourself. So it's very important to have your center and to come back to your center. Now, someone was asking me the other day about the burn meditation and its intensity, because this thing of bringing up heavy emotions and chaotic feelings sounds very intense. Now, the thing to understand about the burn meditation is that you progress into it at a pace and depth that is right for you. So this is also related to periphery and center, because your periphery chaos will only ever be as much as you can handle with your center. It will be in direct proportion, The more you center yourself, the more of the experience you will have. And the less you experience yourself, the less of the experience you will have, There's a thing within you that keeps that at play. And the burn meditation, as I'm describing it here, often might sound intense. It might sound like a peak thing, but really that's just because I'm an intense guy, and that's because of my personal experience of the burn meditation. Remember, you burn in the way that you burn. You bring to it what you bring to it. And there's full ranges of burn meditations. There are some that are very quiet. There are some that are very soft. Remember, you can burn just by sitting with your eyes closed and not moving and not even listening to music. Many burns have very soft music and they're very gentle. There's also the prayer burn, which is much more flowing, much more divine. The prayer burn is meant to put you in touch with the softness of the heart, the warmth of the heart. It's very different to like a primal anger burn. Now, in my mini online course which introduces the burn meditation, the first burn we do is the primal anger burn, right? So that is very intense. You're going into some hot energy. You're going into some very powerful energy there, So you've got your sex center and your fists and you're pumping, and there's sort of like this heavy metal music and it's like rah, rah, rah. But a burn meditation doesn't have to be like that. It's not always like that. It's also very soft. It's a multi-dimensional thing. It's a full spectrum meditation, a full spectrum of human consciousness experience. And you bring to it what you bring to it, You only work with what you're comfortable working with. If you have certain experiences in your life and certain traumas and certain problems that you think, this is too much for me to deal with, I can't look at this, it's so painful, a facilitator will not force you into it. They will say, you don't have to work with that. Just leave it. Be gentle, be kind within yourself, and let's approach this with caution, So there is very much a careful process about it. So that's a little bit for me today. I'm feeling amazing today. I'm feeling very different. I'm very excited to be alive and awake and here despite all my life troubles. But that's today's update for the Lifetime Meditation Burn. And I do have comments coming that I haven't responded to yet, but I will be talking about them and discussing this more in another video. So please do subscribe, stay up to date, comment on the videos, and I'll be back very soon with more.